Right, Kaleke Kasome is brand new song that one of the biggest song back then. The years we're talking about 2000 from 2010, 2008, 9, 10. It was really something so big. One of the biggest songs around. Maurice has a big up on yourself, and of course, you see, I always tell people that whatever we do, or we like the type of songs that we always come up with, it should be a song that will not live to die, but it will be a song that will live to inspire so many people. I remember some 3 years ago, and of course, this is the guy, Maurice Hassa, who was advocating for the girl child education, and those were the songs that he sang for the girl child, yeah? But of course, he was advocating in one district, beyond the district in Western Uganda, advocating for the girl child education. But when you look at the current songs that we do right now, it will be even very hard, for you as an artist to be invited to go and to do an advocate. You understand? The songs like, let's give for example, not for bad. I am not saying this in bad faith, but let's look at the songs that Seke Seke, Mamili, 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 seke, seke, mamili. So now, if you're being called to go and advocate for the girl child education, are you going to leave them? So, the song that we're doing now, like looking at not only that song, we have some songs in Gulu, the likes of Kamuzu, the type of those songs that those of Kamuzu are singing. Now, like the type of song, the current songs that the Boss Miko team is coming up with. There are very many songs that guys are doing, but they are doing songs that cannot really inspire someone. Like, a song that can live to be remembered. Like, they are not doing those kind of songs. The Light of Maurice Hassa, we're talking about Jamal, the Aziza Zion, those were the guys, the Black Harmonies. These are the guys who have been giving us good songs. The Black Harmony, we have Giddy Roach, the other side, the Red Python, the Lucky D of those days, the Bush Boy of those days. These were the guys, those were the songs that at least even if you are being called to go and advocate for something, still people can pay attention to the songs and they will still dance to the tune. But now the current song that we are doing here, I am telling you, Sukulu Sukulu Suba Suba Kawara Kepa Suba Inamu Martin, imadango kabisa indonginwa ya luongo dano ne type na kumene kuki type aware nema eni ni luongo kachido kaponju dano to advocate. It becomes very difficult. It becomes really very difficult. So it gives us time to sit down and when you're doing that song. But then back then, you see, even now as it stands right now, if they want to advocate for something and they need an artist, because to the current songs that we are doing songs that do not inspire the young generation. They end up calling the legendary artists, those legendary guys to come and sing for the gathering, and yet the current guys, we are being neglected. Why? You will ask yourself, why am I being neglected? And yet I have good songs. But can mamili seke seke mamili sukulu sukulu suba awarake basuba inabu matin? What are you going to give? Or what are you going to add up into a girl child education? What are you going to add up into, let me say, talking about when we are advocating for the mothers? What are you going to add when we are advocating for the young boys? What are you going to add into that? Think before you do something. But of course, we have so many songs. The current one is just for the current trend, which is also not a bad thing. But at least out of all the songs that you are doing, make sure that one or two of your songs should be educational songs that can educate people. Those are the things. Ungoyani sawa cheke weru kwa mkomaji kupie kwa pia. Iwinjuka kaya cha maya kizgi weru kwa abela. Kawondo jubela kwa abela jobayo. Bush boy nga jumukene inamu matinjo mako jumat kwa kabisa. Lo inka julungino kachiduka advocating. Ipishi matu kwa pinjene meni. Ungo. So nidan mi masindi de. Amina wacho lemben gibetimiri kumena. Angayo ni upor badari mi masindi. kamutie angogo nen West Night TV manda ko be winja wati ko di wer mo mutie ko di kin pacho were te gide isa mo kigame no ngani ya kad nangi campaign ma ve kadi wacho jugoe I campaign manyo politicians give team igame no ngani edoko tek kuni jiwacha ini chidu wa ichi di luongu jara wer mo ko mu wer manyao mapunjungo punji I campaign peri dan be chitingini dan manedi jube chitingini dan marash don ikin ena watch awaga wiya mo waga ikin wer ne me eni gimi be wer kin at least a chel nyo ario a dek mo ki ketu wer ne ke beru wer mania nyo mamiyo ponji ni dano mamiyo ponji ni dano maketu ngati wo kwa ke beru kumene nda wacha wer chare kane beru mot e paru wer echa game no ngani e game mule ka wer echa tashing en ka ga mulu ko pare e game no ngani ngati echa game timangonde wer era to mulu ko para kecha ba wer papoda tiegi palaki di mashon gicha wer panga pa ras pa ji rastalonge poku ngomu beratera gamano ana poku ngomu beratera kanyo rangos land rangos moko betimera jigaji wacha one tini wabe mero shock du kalele ne ma endi wakiwechi komla mena gamano ana kaju kilo julongo rastalonge he will have something to present pilempa ngome gampo nye po wachi ko ene binu ku wer pani amako poku ngomu berete mawande poku ngomu mako jupokatira donc inke koni no wer juwe jene ma eni ni chido ne doki tengemi guru gichi wote ko wer duong sana madana be wer but I love the fact that ne adan ne machalo Ricky Bad wote ko dan machalo Ricky Bad wote ko dan machalo Diwain Gabana wote ko dan machalo Fat A wote ko dan machalo Afro Wine wote ko dan matung tung wote ko dan machalo Free Boy ingombe ne mi West Niger keni migame nwango yani at least wer makagi weru giweru ngo wer ma vulgar beri akecha vulgar songs vulgar words beru ngo were nya akecha any ke group adana ma in wote ku dana chalo Black Amon we have people like Black Amon ba mini ne Black Amon lediki ika badi pimongo ika le badi ika odo badi pimongo ni rio dozo odoria pere sasi ne deria micho suata o data azina lodin bada pini ata ongo da malia like vulgar songs. You will not hear any vulgar language in their songs. But come to the current trend. We are forgetting we are forgetting where music came from. Back then we used to have the Lingala, the Lingala dominated Uganda, where the lights of Jamila came in, the first hit of Jose Chameleone, it was Jamila. So now, after that, the song that sold him much was Jamila. After that, people started adopting the culture of loving their own creative, loving their own art. That's when the Lingala music started disappearing. The lights of BSG Labongo came in. The lights of Orchard Raymond. The lights of Afande, the other side of Aluruland. The lights of Bosmic O-Team. We had the guys of BSG Labongo. We had so many of them. The Lil Roy. No, that's when they found out. They found out that if they are to present, cannot be in full force with a joined hand, they can chase the music away from that. Then in between 2008, 2009, 10, Bongo, the lights of Ali Kiba, they had came in, the lights of Jua Kali, the major, they came in, they came in. They wanted also to take over Uganda, but Uganda also said, we have the lights of Baby Cool, we have the lights of Ragadi, we have the lights of Emperor Orlando, the Aziza Zion, the Jamal, the Maurice Hassa. We should also embrace, bring them up. That's when they started listening to those music. And then the Mchanganyiko came, the mixed up of music came. People started believing in themselves. If they had not believed in themselves, the current FIFA maker would not see them, the Shiba would not see them. If those of Juliana had if those of Juliana were so mean, the Fina Mubirwa, the Masanya Razi, if they were so mean to themselves, trust me, these other people, they won't find a gateway to the music itself, the music fraternity. But of course, they knew that their regime will come and go. The new regime will come in. That's when they started lecturing people. But when you come right now, the current situation, you'll find a female artist who have just joined the industry, would want to be the overall, would not want to give way to the other person there. That's why you see music in West Nile is dying for female. The female music in West Nile has died completely. Why? It's because these upcoming guys, they don't even want to look at those of Leila Chandiro. They don't want to go and get those advice from them. But like advice to body pivuku, like misu izon jamavusas the West Nile at they find it so hard. They find it so hard to go and ask one of the legendary person that, hey, you people, back then you people were this and this. What do you think that we should do? Still, they don't have they have that, that mentality. They have that capability. They have that courage to tell you, to guide you on what to do. Everyone is for himself. Everyone is for herself. That's why you see, I am not seeing, that's why I don't see my sister Queen G. She's nowhere to be seen on the platform. I'm not seeing, there's so many artists. I'm not seeing Gemovive, the Jackies. There are so many female artists that we had, but because they could not stand the advice, they could not stand going to these legendary people to ask for, for guidance from them. That's why you see them disappearing. You see, they are just disappearing. We have guys who have been there in the industry. Go to them, approach them. The lights of Pretty B, they are done. Young chon ber katemugin in my bear. Ero kenero kumkari, we motika wear nedoke, we in the perwatiki we maunberg wear no young. Only gigs more my casual gigs, peggy no, Johnny Peggy take chance more magi to no. So keep on, connect with these people in different various places. Trust me, the more you connect, the more you get chances to understand the logic, to understand what it's needed. Let me say, you will get to understand the weapons that is needed in the industry. But for us, we don't really seems to like such. Sajensi remains my name, the only guy that speaks in capital letter. And down check it benenwa nyai kulima Cindy ihoima Bugoma kakambuku kende ingombi Uganda kakenen tikanenwan kigulu kitkum Apache Metekinen West Night TV, and of course Anino Martin. And what we go we today it's a throwback. That's when we're gonna be reminding you about those songs. But of course I would ask my brother the boy, the senior producer, and of course to play for me one song from Lucky Daddy's Pod Atie, so that before I go for the music break, that is Pod Atie. I believe that you're gonna play it for me. Meanwhile, keep watching West Night TV on Star Times. On Star Times channel 477, ZUKU satellite channel 0073, and Azam TV channel 369. Makubang cheng, we're making sure na wakile you kore machuli wacha na kore kikore pe wabi tenyu girum mo yako don yanget wakili jami ngoni wen kore step by step sa di amaliyo di kije mivu screen na ade. So let me check West Night TV sa dia ko voni news vindachi entertainment news vini kidachi amavini yodiki like anjimini ne antrango ngopi amavodi ari kisasi kavini ne badi pima footsteps that ki follow ku misu ba like ikavini ne yere like group Black Harmony mini ne deki Black Harmony Fat A kidachi King with a kidachi lakini ajini like vini advice kidu badi pivuko. That's why mene aguni mwongwa irongongo ili na agunyavi make pilipili ngwa bali kida because anjidi kimingi ambambate yo manicho lo bali pini at least once in a while imu advice do bali pivu askunku muzogu davu ikamu unita oni badavu uvuni mi bas na sasana ko te sazi malia agukadi cha ampubo aguni Fate is already outdated. King with the Maruti Street at that Black woman by the kid da wire nyaria. I think I advise Ngoleri do ba wire nyapirai. I would any wire nyanya. I think I advise Ngoleri do bad people. You all aleriki, Badukio, let's see cool. And of course, so let's go for the music break. And when we bounce back, keep it like on West Night Television. Put at here, Luckily the boss.
Masiba malego febo alemi ukuruya zai megoja mamide bichogale barizai malemete bindeleya barizai megoja mamide bichogale barizai malemete bindeleya masiba malego feya alemi ukuruya masiba malego febo alemi ukuruya.
Buddies here, and of course a beautiful song coming in from the guy, one legendary guy from my Yumbe Direct. That is the man himself, none other than Dogman. And of course we had a couple of music that played on your screen. Now we had Adegi by Bushboy. We had Lady Shadia, and of course Black Amone and Lady Shadia. We had some song that came in from late Jack P. You know, a song that came in from King Wither. We had Poda Tia by Lucky D. And of course, Bosmic Otim. Bosmic Otim also came through. So many music came through. And of course, just only trying to remind you that back then we used to have club bangers. Just trying to remind you that back then we used to have what they call club bangers, yeah? People, we can still vibe to those songs, yeah? Lok ming ming petegula winya, lok kwe petegula, labong ming, Iteka yenyo teach, where it won't make it dig what teaching you, pay to what? Bosmico team telling you that. And of course, Black Money telling you that, and of course, Misumani Zamba Alatere, Shadia. And I'm telling you, all those songs, when you listen to those songs back then, trust me, you will just be relieved from the stress. Dare me try it now. Just go back home. I know you're home. Just tune to your radio. Play those songs when you have your stress. Trust me, you will be relieved from the stress. This is from me, Saj MC, and the bad boy producer. That is the boy himself, the CEO of the thing. But now, I am telling you, we do mix it up, We don't only talk about the whole thing, but we play music, that like those old songs, trying to remind you. Before you know it, we're going to be dropping you Wenge Bezebeje. Of course, when we had those of Wera Sony, we had those of Jibe Piana. When we have those of the very many, the rights of the very many of them. Before you know it, we're going to drop that on your screen. But all you need to do, keep watching. Itelo korka Kenyan le madung ubebinu when manang really kumezo wabekele irika wonin. Meanwhile, the other side around in Gulu, still trending, Lil Square came up openly telling the people that for him he loves his wife. That is not a girlfriend, but that is a wife. People are saying it's a girlfriend, but no, it's a wife. For him, he has nothing with his wife. So people who are babbling, people who are talking ill about him, that is upon them. But of course, the reason that's why he came openly to answer that the call, because the woman also did it openly. Like maybe on social media, she did it That's why he also decided to come up on social media. Otherwise, he had preferred that issue, because it's a family issue, to be talked about like families, not involving the media persons in it. And at the same time, he tried to releasing something that people never knew about, Lil Square and the guy himself, that is my brother, Okengbon Town. These are all guys who come from Lira. These are Langis. They sing in Langi, they sing in Langi. So, but of course, he tried warning, giving the warning to the brother that he should stop, yapping, talking ill, getting himself involved into people's issues. He should stay away from that. Then, from there, he decided to give an account of what happened some years back, where where Okengbon Town dumped the wife, for around 11 months, not paying the rent, him getting up another white woman, and he moved with the white woman. You see, when you go to Gulu, there are so many whites in Gulu. So many whites in Gulu. That's why it makes it very easy for a celebrity to hook up with a white woman, because there are very many. There are very many whites in Gulu. There are very many half-castes in Gulu. There are very many. There are just very many mixed blood. There are very many half-castes. Very many whites in Gulu. So it's not really a hard thing for a celebrity to pop up, maybe to get a white woman to be chilling up with. It's not a big deal for the guys in Gulu. That's why you see the lights of Judas Rapnoli, they adopted that. He went to enter, he got that one there. There's one guy there's this guy, even Lil Square himself back then, he had he also had a white friend. So it's very easy. But it's also not good sometimes to be popping your nose into people's issues. And at the same time, it's also okay. Because me, myself, why am I saying it's not good and it's also good at times? Because there are things that people need to get to know. And there are things that when you're not told publicly, you won't get solution to it. So I love sometimes people getting things, getting things in an open place, in an open eye, where people bring it on a table for people to discuss. It's not a crime. It's good to bring it on a table so that people can discuss about it and know a way forward on how to overcome such kind of situations. It's not a bad thing. So my brother Lil Square, thanks for coming up, telling people that you don't have any issue with your woman. You people, you're okay. But of course, the only mistake that maybe both of you did, but she did, is because she went on social media talking about the family issue. That's why other people got themselves involved in that very particular issue. Meanwhile, the other way around also, the saga of my brother still continues. And of course, MC Mercy, we all know MC Mercy. MC Mercy happened to be one of the finest female MC that we have in the whole of northern Uganda. But for now, I rate her in the whole of Uganda, because when you look at the creativity, the creative that she puts in her art, it's really too much. And I've not seen any female MC does that in the whole of Uganda, in the whole of the country. And she's the one of the kind of a female MC who is trying to raise the flag of northern Uganda, showing the world that in northern Uganda, we have all type of talent that you need to have to be on the front line. Maybe in the fame game, you have every single thing that it takes. So she's a very good combination. She's a very good example for the other ladies, female MCs. I believe that they can copy up from that. We have MC Milan. We have there's MC Tasha. We have both. There are two Tashas. We have this Tasha who is working with Oyoma General Store as a female MC. We have Tasha who works with the radio. These are the MCs that we have. We have Lady Milan. We have Maureen here. Monique, and very many of the female MCs. So I believe that maybe with those tips they can get. So now Mercy is telling people that the Northern Uganda artist should wait for her. In 2030, 2031, she will become a woman MP in both Gulu. She's very funny. And I love the fact that she's always funny, and that she loves creating, the attention. She loves creating capability, talkability. She said she's going to be the woman MP of both Gulu and Kitgum. So, Loteno Luweni da Bukor and Kajon and Gideg Luwe and Pangoni don't Pangoni Masido. I don't know whether she's going to grab all the male artists, or she will only pick one. That's what I don't really understand. But so now, Mercy, let me first ask you, are you going to get all of them, or you're going to pick at a random, or you pick one out of the many? Because if you say they should wait for you in 2031, when you will become the woman MP, then they will see what? Are you going to get all of them? That is an MC Mercy for you there with the creating attention, creating talkability. I love it. You understand? I love talking points. The Gulu people, you are really on point when it comes to talkability, when it comes to creating talking points. You always, unlike our own guys in West Nile, I always blame you people, and I will continue blaming you, not until you start making up stories for the Central people to talk about, for the Northern people, for the Gulu people to talk about, the people in Kitgum, so that they can talk in Sudan, they can talk about you. You are famous in the whole of Northern Uganda. Northern Uganda cuts across South Sudan. You're so famous into that. But now, why would you allow such to happen? Why would you keep quiet? Let's have a talking point on a daily basis. Let's create talkability each and every single time. Saj MC remains my name, and of course, the only guy that speaks in capital letter. It has been a wonderful time, me and you having this great time as we speak in capital. My brothers who have been catching us right from Asindi, Hoima, Ginger, talking about Soroti, and of course Tororo, wherever you've been catching us from, Kitgum, Apache, Pade, Gulu, in the whole of Northern Uganda and West Nile and entire West Nile, I want to say thank you so much. And my brothers in Zumbu, Ora, thank you so much for being there for us. And of course, all the time, we shall always be there. Not forgetting the guys in Paida, the Paromba boys, and of course, big up on yourself. Try himself as one of the icon under the T Collection family. We're talking about MCK, Popo, and the rest of the Starboy Junior, the rest of those guys. And of course, I want to say thank you so much for being right there. Let's keep raising the flag. Here in Arua, guys who are watching us right from Pajulu, and of course, Airfield. We're talking about guys from Kirabu, Baminine Central, Arua Central Division, at Yarimvara Kidria, Azimi Woro Chichi. But of course, all in all, to all the artists of Arua and the female artists of Arua, make sure that you pull up your socks. You are getting lost. You are disappearing in the platform. You are disappearing. Where are you taking us? You really need to answer such kind of questions. Start times are channel 477, Zuku Satellite channel 0073, Azam TV channel 369. But of course, YouTube, you can as well do it. TikTok, Facebook, and also X at the same time. From me to you, it's a bye-bye. See you till tomorrow for the weekly roundup. But before I leave the studio, but I would wish my brother, the baddest boy, play for me some Lingala, then Lingala. So that, the lights of Wenge, Bezebe, Jake, if you can do for me that thing, trust me, I'm going to be, you're going to make my day today. From me to you, it's a bye-bye. See you till tomorrow. Same time for the weekly roundup. Baby,